discount points and loan to value. First of all, the testable points on discount points are, why do lenders charge discount points? Correct answer is going to be to increase their yield on the loan. Simple setup. If I go to a lender and I say to the lender, I'd like to borrow money, and they tell me the interest rate is 6%, I might say to them, I don't qualify. I don't make enough money to get a 6% loan. The lender might say they can get me a loan for 5%, which would lower my payment, and now I can afford the loan, but to get a 5% loan, they'll have to charge me 2 points. Well, what's the value of 1 point? 1 point equals 1% of the loan amount. So if I'm going to borrow $100,000, they're telling me they would loan me money at 5% if I pay them 2% of the $100,000 loan, or $2,000. So I'm going to pay money up front of $2,000. Now these numbers are all fictitious, they're just out of my head, not necessarily market numbers here. But if I pay money up front, I'll get a 5% loan. So is the lender making more than 5% on that loan? Sure they are. They're getting the 5% interest rate on the loan from me, plus they're getting $2,000 up front. So they're increasing their yield on the loan that they made to me. So that's what points are. More importantly, that's how they're calculated. The other term, obviously you want to know for the test, because I've got an example question coming up after this slide. We'll work all these in together. Loan to value. Loan to value is simply expressing the loan percentage compared to the purchase price. If I get an 80% loan to value on a $100,000 house, I'm going to borrow $80,000, which is 80% of the purchase price. That's how much I can borrow. Maybe my loan to value is 50%. That means I would borrow $50,000 to get a loan for that $100,000 house. So 2 key things to remember about loan to value. These are very testable. The larger the loan to value, the smaller the down payment. If I get an 80% loan to value, how much money do I have to put down in a percentage? 20%. The reason for that is at the very bottom of the slide. Remember this for the test. Your down payment percent plus the loan to value percent will always equal 100%.